McManus Timber Company, based in Winfield, Louisiana, was started in 1983. The company, founded by Tony and Liz McManus, had the humblest of beginnings and grew over the years to what it is today. Today, McManus Timber Company Incorporated has 3 cutters, 6 skidders, 5 loader delimbers, 3 truck loaders, 2 track loaders, 3 dozers, 12 log trucks, 15 trailers, 2 dump trucks, 1 excavator, and 3 2-ton service trucks. McManus Timber employs 11 truck drivers, 18 crew, 2 office workers, and 2 contract haulers. But at the heart of it all, McManus Timber is a family, one that loves fervently and works hard. Logger Tony McManus is the first from Louisiana to win Timber Harvesting's Logging Business of the Year, and so deserving of the award. I should know, because I've worked alongside him for 18 years, the Executive Director of the Louisiana Loggers Association, and his junior, as he likes to call me. My name is Tony McManus McAllister, the youngest daughter of Tony and Liz McManus. As the daughter of a logger, I was raised to know the worth of the dollar, pride that comes with hard work. Time is precious and fleeting. Many things can be fixed with zip ties and duct tape. A work ethic like no other. I learned if you want something, you have to work hard to get it. Nothing is free. Both my mom and my dad have amazing work ethics. I also have learned to appreciate every moment I get with them and soak up as much knowledge and wisdom that I can absorb. I have truly learned from the best.
In 1983, Tony and Liz McManus, alongside Tony's father, borrowed $35,000 and started a logging job with just their family and one other, a log cutter who ran the chainsaw, Robert Nichols, whose son ultimately became one of McManus's best friends, and the families have remained close to this day. Because that's the kind of guy 62-year-old Tony McManus is. He hires you in 1983 and remains your lifelong friend. He doesn't see employees as anything other than family. He says part of that is because when he first started the company, he ran the job himself and really didn't have any help. It was just Tony and Liz. When his youngest daughter, Tony McManus McAllister, aged 35, known throughout the community as Little Tony, began working for her father as a child and working alongside her mother during college, she decided to make logging her career. With the addition of Little Tony's husband, Josh McAllister, to the family, the second generation of McManus McAllister family became as deeply rooted as the southern yellow pines they cut. McManus's nephew, Jeremiah Womack, who used to run his own contract truck, sold the truck to the company and joined McManus Timber. Womack also began to run a second crew. With the addition of the redheads, as the family calls Womack and McAllister for their strawberry red hair, the company now functions as an economic force in the WINNFIELD community.
This job is fantastic and God has blessed us 100%.
Across the McManus Timber Company's 3 crews, 2 large and 1 small, with 11 log hauling trucks and 12 log trailers, 30 families make their living. Most employees are long-term. The trucking foreman, Brent Weatherford, has been with the company 25 years, and the cutterman on Josh's crew on the job with the company 37 years.
So this has totally been a combined effort. And for everything to work right, even with our McManus Timber Company, and it works right because I'm more concerned about my families and taking care of them and them being happy on the jobs and and being appreciated and respected, that kind of thing. Josh is just straightforward. This is how the job works. My dad also brings another, so it's I hope that they know how much we appreciate them, and it's a perfect balance, unlike just like where it's like just one person's business. It's like a family, so we all feel like we are all family.
The group effort hasn't gone unnoticed, and McManus Timber Company has enjoyed long-standing relationships with mills, other timber companies, and their equipment dealers for decades. The 2 large crews contract for Weyerhaeuser, working with the harvest manager to develop cutting plans a year out so the best ground can be saved for the typically wetter wintertime. McAllister likes to have the crews on clear cuts to maximize production, usually on tracts sized from 150 to 250 acres.
Oh yeah, we've always worked together. Surviving when nobody else has, and it all comes back to what we can get and can't.
What we've accomplished, we've learned
experience. So we learned money management skills, and we learned them fast. And when we made mistakes, we tried not to make them the second time.
McAllister says that all parts are as important as others, especially if you want to run the kind of operation the family does. But if he had to point to one piece of the puzzle, he says it's the men and the machines who are absolute number one. He adds that all the major brands of equipment are good, but the service on whichever brand you choose to use is critical, and they have had really great service with Caterpillar. McManus says during his almost 40 years of logging, one of the biggest changes to the industry has been the advancement in equipment, doubling and sometimes tripling what can be done in a day. But coupled with in-woods advancements have been lag times at the mills. With half the loggers doing twice the production as before, wait times are long, and part of the reason is that extra production. Of course, the other change to the industry, and perhaps the most obvious change, has been the doubling and tripling of costs through the years. But in spite of everything, McManus says he still loves what the industry has done for him and his family, especially now as the middle of the night phone calls fall to his daughter and son-in-law, not him and his wife.
Well, in the beginning, you're hopeful. And sometimes doubts arise that they'll ever be able to carry on, but then as time goes by and you see that they make more wise decisions than bad ones, your confidence starts going up. And I don't know how many years, but after a period of years, you see that they're going to be just fine. And if she and I weren't here anymore, they'd be able to carry right on along and never miss a beat. And that gives you a sense of pride, knowing that they can continue on something that we struggled so hard with in the beginning. And it's still a struggle, but when you know that you don't have to be there and everything's going to go just fine, it gives you a sense of comfort and pride. And
I'm just proud. I've been able to learn a lot of life lessons, not only about logging, but about life in general. Working this close with him and her, you can learn a lot of things, not just about logging, but about life in general.